and it was, bearing on your graduation from high school in 10th grade. And you had to write in pencil, and it was not just filling in the dots, but there was also a long composition portion. So you had a pencil and like those little blue books, like with lined paper inside. And on the end of standardized test days, I would literally from like here to here would just be the shiny graphite rubbing of my arm. The blue books. Oh my God, pastel. I I used to fill up those blue books. Baby. Those were the best part of a test for me, was that little blue book. But I understand how they're traumatizing for other people for sure. Okay, graded I was low, but Meg just two-shot me. Listen, she can two-shot me anytime she wants. Whip me, mommy. Just a part of lefty family culture, 100%. I took the SATs, I think, and the ASFAB. Oh, yeah. Not the blue book. I repressed those from my memory. See? Really get you going. I was the insufferable. Ooh, me. If it wasn't math class, I dominated. I was insufferable. You would have hated me. The author doing well with the blue book test. Crazy. I know. Literally. But you would not catch me dead around, like, minute math. Did anybody else do minute math when you were in school, where they'd give you like a sheet and you'd have to do as many of the math problems on it in like as short a time as possible? Y'all, one of the worst math teachers I ever had was in 4th grade. We were learning, multiplication and doing our times tables, and I was really bad at that, and I would panic on top of it. So my shitty math teacher, she was so mean. She used to, at the start of every class, she would flashcard. Just at random, she would suddenly point at you and be like, we're doing this times table. And then she'd go through the flashcards, and if you got all of them right, you would get a star put on your chart. And if not, then you would have nothing put on your chart. Guess who never had a single star next to their name on the times table chart? Your boy. And she used to frequently make fun of me for it. She'd point to my name with 0 stars next to it and be like, well, Oz just isn't very good at math, are they? That lady sucks. She was the worst. Damn, literally, Pastel. She was really shitty. And the scary thing is that's the second worst math teacher I ever had. That literally just used to straight up shame me on MAME. So an exercise in shame. Well, see, the greatest thing, though, is that not my first worst math teacher. The third worst math teacher I ever had, she basically used to call me dumb on the regular, but then my dad actually for once showed up to a school thing my junior year of high school, because I was at boarding school, right? So like they didn't have like parent teacher conferences or any of that type of shit, but once a year, like toward the beginning of the spring, you had parents weekend. And so your parents could come in on Friday and like go to your classes with you essentially. And then they had like events for the parents, especially of international students, all throughout the weekend so that like you could be involved, right? Even if you lived on the other side of the globe from where you were sending your child to school, you could nominally be involved for a weekend. So, sorry. So, you can tell I have feelings about this. So, my father showed up for my parents' weekend on a Friday, my junior year of high school, in my math class. And my math teacher was like, doing whatever up on the board, and she did her math wrong. And she's starting up her lecture after going through stuff on the board, and my dad's like, actually, that's not the answer. And she was like, I don't remember asking. And my father was like, right, well, you just like really nastily told my child that they were not very good at math, and you are also not good at math.